The Greater Kampala Metropolitan Area covers Kampala, Wakiso, part of Mukono, Mityana and Mpigi. It is the economic and administrative hub of Uganda and a major investment destination for many. More than 10% of Uganda's population resides in the city center, inner suburbs, outer peripheral towns. Approximately 4 million people commute daily to this area that contributes over 70% of industrial production and over 60% of Uganda's GDP. This is a typical example of a powerful but aging transport system where the majority of taxis that are over 20 years old straining under the weight of fast-growing urban population and city expansion. Studies show that traffic and road congestion in Kampala results in the loss of 24,000 person-hours daily, equivalent to 3.2 trillion shillings annually. This is on the backdrop of 500 million Uganda shillings worth of extra expense on fuel daily due to the traffic congestion in the city. This significant loss in productivity, fuel wastage, among other factors, greatly affects the lives of Omuntu Wawansi, who are essential to the life of the city and the driving force behind its economic power. Studies have established that 82% of passengers use public transport, accounting for 21% of motorized trips, 9% private cars accounting for 37% of motorized trips, and 9% border borders accounting for 42% of trips, with 50% of personal annual income spent on transport. This unsustainable transport system increases city congestion and puts more pressure on existing road infrastructure. With all this city activity and the challenges in mobility, one thing is for sure, Ugandans are on the move. And it will take the concerted effort of its government, the people, development partners in the private sector to create and implement sustainable transport solutions to empower our economic growth and transformation. This follows the wise guidance by His Excellency President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni on import substitutions on automobiles, starting with buses, arguing that Uganda's economy is bleeding in terms of money spent on imported goods that can be produced locally and need for larger carriers to decongest the city.
President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni put a ban on importation and assembling of buses in the country and directed all stakeholders to embark on fabrication of the buses in the country. Uganda has previously been importing and assembling its buses in Kenya.
I have already written to the government, I don't want to hear of imported buses. The buses will be built here.
Following the successful development of Kayola Electric and diesel buses, Chira Motors Corporation collaborates with international reputable technology partners, and a locally operating company, Tondeka Metro, will introduce a minimum of 1,030 modern city buses before the end of this year, 2021, 50 of which will be electric.
Chira Motors is a state enterprise that was established to champion value addition in the nascent automotive industry through technology transfer, contract manufacturing, and supply chain localization. The shareholders are Makerere University, 4%, and the Government of Uganda, represented by the Ministry of Science, Technology, and Innovation. Chira Motors strives to be the best-in-class vehicle manufacturer in Africa, strategically in the area of transportation, ensuring sustainable mobility solutions for urban centers, as well as job creation and diversification of the economy. Government of Uganda allocated 100 acres of land in the Ginger Industry and Business Park for the establishment of the Chira Vehicle Plant. The Chira Vehicle Plant will have an installed capacity of 5,000 vehicles per year, translating to about 22 vehicles per day. Construction is underway and it's been undertaken by the National Enterprise Corporation, the business arm of the Uganda military. Kira Motors Corporation developed the Kayola EVS, a premium low-floor city electric bus with a range of 300 kilometers on a single charge, as well as the Kayola diesel coach, a long-distance bus that seeks to ensure safe and sustainable transportation of our people across the country. The Kayola EVS and diesel coach are offering shuttle services for Uganda Civil Aviation Authority between Kampala and the airport every single day. This Kayola EVS bus is designed with comfort and safety in perspective for all travelers. It is fitted with an automatic sanitizer dispenser to ensure that we are safe. It is also fitted with CCTV cameras for monitoring of what is going on in the buses. There is also free internet available for all passengers on board. And if your phone is running out of battery, you can plug in while on the move. And for people with disabilities, we have ensured that there is a ramp at the door that is automatically retractable to ensure ease of boarding and offboarding without any challenges.
Construction of state-of-the-art Kira vehicle plant startup facilities are on track to be completed by July 2021 to facilitate efficient, integrated, safe and inclusive sustainable mobility solutions designed and built in Africa for Africans. Welcome to Tondeka Metro Bus, Uganda's first digitally powered city transport solution for the Greater Kampala region. Our goal is to streamline urban mobility in the city and surrounding areas using a convenient and practical bus network fully equipped with terminals, route bus stops, and an automated fare collection system. The Tondeka Metro Bus will be affordable, secure, convenient, reliable, and operate on main Tier 1 roads in the Greater Kampala area and crisscross the city and stop at designated bus stops along their assigned routes. Today, if a commuter in Natete, Nasana or Entebbe wants to travel to Mukono, they have to first board a taxi, travel to the Kampala City Park, and then board another taxi or a mini bus to travel to Mukono. This has proven not to be efficient and economical for both the passenger, business owner, and the government. Tondeka Bus Transport Company's plan is to decongest the city by providing convenient and affordable bus fares that allow Omuntu wa Wansi to crisscross the city and safely terminating the gazetted bus stops or at Tondeka transit terminals at the end of the route. Tondeka will operate under a pick and drop as opposed to fill and go. At the peak time, Tondeka will have an express and regular bus service. The express buses will be branded for easy identification and have fewer bus stops along their bus routes. Buses from Mukono will have stops in Seta, Boyogerere, Chireka, Banda, Nakawa, and finally the CBD. While the regular will have multiple stops along their designated bus route. For the first time in Uganda, Tondeka will introduce fixed bus rates for commuters using an automated Tondeka Metro card powered by Union Pay. Come rain or sunshine, the Omuntu wa Wansi will no longer need to worry about consistently hiked bus fares and save a great deal on transport costs in the Greater Kampala metropolitan area as one zone. The card will cater to single travel fares that give you one way. Daily travel fares allow you to travel all day at one fixed rate, and the weekly and monthly travel fares for travelers seeking to make significant savings on time and travel cost. Standard Tondeka fare will enable a passenger to use all Tondeka buses along the main Kampala metropolitan area routes. While the Freedom Tondeka fare will give passengers all access to the bus, including the tax operating all the feeder roads. Someone who stays in Gayaza but works across town in Namamve Industrial Park will pay a tax from Gayaza up to Kampala, then another from Kampala to Namamve, from Namamve back to Kampala, then from Kampala to Gayaza, will cost him or her not less than 20,000 shillings. But with the Tondeka bus fare, it will cost him or her only 6,000, only if he or she uses feeder roads. Statistics show that an average Ugandan spends not less than 60% of their net pay on transport fares, and private vehicle owners spend far more compared to those in our neighboring countries. This new, reliable, secure, convenient and affordable transport system will encourage private car owners to leave their cars home and jump on a Tondeka bus like other developed countries. Suppose you're traveling from Kampala to Ganda, you board a bus to Nansana, then a taxi off a feeder road to Ganda with your freedom fare. In that case, you will have to enter a bus for Nansana. Tap your Tondeka Metro card on entry, and once you reach the Nansana bus stop, you will then get off the bus and enter a feeder road tax under the Tondeka Tax Owners Scheme, which will take you to Ganda on the same bus fare. These taxis will have validators too. Under the Tondeka Tax Owners Scheme, registered tax owners will be guaranteed income remitted swiftly through the automated cashless system. Their taxis will work along the feeder roads at designated bus stops, and like on Gayaza Road, there is Mpelere, Chitezi, and on Nansana Road, there is Ganda. The remittance service for tax owners will thrive on the Tondeka payment platform. So a Hajj with 3 taxis plying Kampala will receive timely payments for operating vehicles. For the first time, taxi and bus drivers and their conductors will have formally secured jobs, a first in this industry. Tondeka will work with the current infrastructure apart from erecting road furniture like bus shelters and gazetted bus stops. Then KCCA will convert, where possible, parking spaces into red routes or bus lanes in the CBD. This project does not need parking space or a lot in the CBD area because the routes will be crisscrossing at the end of the routes and bus routes. More than 30% of commuter taxis in Greater Kampala come from upcountry. For example, taxis from Mbale, Iganga, Busia, Jinja, Tororo and Lugazi terminate in the CBD. With the proposed terminals, such as those in Mukono, these operators will save time and money because one spends more time driving from Mukono to CBD as opposed to driving from Iganga to Mukono. So, Awan Sulaiman would make more money by terminating at the Tondeka Trans Terminal instead of entering the CBD. 6 proposed Tondeka transit terminals on the major routes fully equipped with commercial amenities are earmarked for development at strategic high commuter traffic areas at the end of the routes. This Tondeka project will greatly impact on the overall public transport of Uganda. People are currently being overloaded in some parts of Uganda in saloon cars and pickups, such as Masaka, Bushenyi, Mbarara, Tirinyi, Mbale and Koboko Arua are replaced with safe and affordable transport upcountry. This is an excellent opportunity for Ugandan public transport to improve. In the post-COVID-19 era, our public health and safety approach needs to adopt safe operating procedures and efficient ways to improve ticketing and commuter mobility transactions. Union Pay International and Centel are Ugandan IT company with vast experience in delivering technology transformation projects will provide technical support to Tondeka Transport Bus Company to deliver commuter service.
Centel is a local IT company with over 15 years of experience. We specialize in enterprise applications, payment technologies, security, and identification management solutions. Our technology will enable passengers to get a Tondeka card, which they will validate on a bus. With the card, passengers will also be able to top up on the go. The technology behind the Tondeka card is an automated bus collection fare system. This has been set up in conjunction with our various partners. Passengers need not worry about illegal misuse of their cards. The system is built and protected by multiple layers of security. This system will also enable the common person to be able to efficiently control their transportation costs. The common person can also be able to buy tickets for any other person. They can do this for their friends, they can do this for their family. They can also do this without sending any transport money. We hope to extend this service to areas outside the greater metropolitan Kampala area. This will enable the Ugandan citizens to obtain a safe, efficient, and affordable transportation service.
Tondeka Bus Transport Company and Sintel started by identifying customers' evolving needs in the post-COVID-19 era. With the help of field research and detailed commuter surveys, our team realized there is an excellent opportunity to deliver an improved customer journey and make the transit system seamless across the whole journey using cashless technology. This will help eliminate fraud, the cost of collecting hand cash, and make it affordable for the Ugandan taxpayer.
Tondeka Metro Company is a public transport management company, and we are proud to be part of this great initiative of the mass transit bus system, aiming at transforming mobility within Greater Kampala metropolitan area.
Tondeka is going to operate under a unique system, which is a pick and drop, as opposed to the fill and go system that is being used by the current transport modes. Our buses are not going to wait to get full in order to move.
In the next couple of decades, the largest working population in the world will be in Africa. With a predominantly young population, Uganda is right on that trajectory. We need sustainable and equitable solutions to enable all Ugandans to exploit their full potential. By investing in mass mobility solutions, Tondeka, through its partnership with the government of Uganda, is at the forefront of ensuring that we are better prepared for a productive workforce, spur economic transformation, and Greater Kampala a competitive place for its citizens, investors, and tourists. With cooperation and organized system, we can transform mobility in Uganda together. This is one of the many steps to create a Uganda that works for everyone. A new dawn is upon us. It is all our responsibility to develop Uganda. Tondeka is a private initiative, standalone and self-financing without a sovereign borrowing or any liability to the national treasury.